There is a very interesting discussion that has been going on today. The late Raila Amolo Odinga set a tradition that might be with us for some coming years. It might not end anytime soon. After every presidential election in Kenya, the president and the opposition leader join hands in a handshake to stabilize the government. And in 2027 presidential election, that might also happen. The president and the opposition might join hands. If William Ruto will win 2027, Ruto will quickly reach out to the opposition leader for a deal. If the opposition will win in 2027, the president will reach out to Ruto, who will be the opposition leader, for a deal. And in the event the opposition wins, assuming Kalonzo will be the presidential candidate, now the president, Kalonzo will very fast and very quickly reach out to Ruto for a possible political deal to stabilize the government. How will that arrangement work for Rigathi Gachagua? Where will Rigathi be in that kind of an arrangement? Ngunjiri Wambugu shared out some very interesting posts today. Ngunjiri Wambugu, I had a conversation with a friend of mine who seriously supports Kalonzo for the presidency. He told me that once they win, they will immediately invite Ruto to work with them so as to manage Geoffrey. Ngunjiri also shared out this again. Ngunjiri Wambugu, if it's one term, Kalonzo will bring in Ruto and finish Geoffrey. If it's two term, Ruto will bring in Kalonzo and finish Geoffrey. If Kalonzo wins, he'll reach out to Ruto to finish Geoffrey. If Ruto wins, Ruto will reach out to Kalonzo to finish Geoffrey. So the biggest loser in all these arrangements, whether the opposition wins or whether Ruto wins, the biggest loser seems to be Rigathi Gachagua. Ngunjiri Wambugu has been a very close Rigathi Gachagua's ally before they fell out. Ngunjiri is saying that a close friend of him, and I'm assuming that friend might be in the think tank of Kalonzo Musyoka, that if Kalonzo wins, Kalonzo's team or that government will reach out to Ruto. Let's put all this into perspective for Kenyans to understand what all this means politically and why Kenyans should not vote emotionally. They must look at leaders for what those leaders can do. If they vote emotionally, we are still going to be in this circle of handshakes. Let's dig deep. If you look at what Ngunjiri Wambugu has shared out, it proves it to me that even Kalonzo Musyoka's team might not be very much comfortable with Rigathi Gachagua. They are not comfortable. And one sure way of dealing with the kingmaker is to make sure you destroy the kingmaker once and for all completely. If Kalonzo goes on to win the presidency in 2027, the only way, therefore, of dealing with Rigathi after that election is to finish Rigathi completely. If Kalonzo fails to finish Rigathi completely, Rigathi might finish Kalonzo Musyoka just as he did to Ruto. He made Ruto the president in 2022. He finished Ruto in 2027. So Kalonzo will most obviously try to finish Rigathi by reaching out to Ruto. That's why I've always advised that Kenyans have to be serious. If Kenyans want good governance, then they must look at a leader for who that leader is. And the consideration in this case should not be ethnic background. This is my tribe. If Kenyans consider this is my tribe, they will vote along ethnic lines, and these ethnic political kingpins, all they care is their own political interests. They don't care about the people or about their tribesmen or tribeswomen. All they care about is their stomachs. Out of the current crop of leaders, we can't say there is an angel amongst them. They are all the typical African or Kenyan politicians. But we can choose a lesser evil. And looking at them, the lesser evil comes out to me as Matiang'i. I'm talking of the opposition. The lesser evil in the opposition comes out to me as Matiang'i. I'm talking of Matiang'i because if you look at Matiang'i's background politically, he does not have very strong ethnic undertones. Compare Matiang'i to Rigathi or to Kalonzo. If you look at Kalonzo, you will see Kambas behind Kalonzo. Look at Rigathi, you will see the Kikuyus behind Rigathi, Mount Kenya West. Now look at Matiang'i. Look on how Matiang'i's presidential ambition was birthed. It was not birthed in the Kisii nation, but Kenyans themselves, Gen Zs, birthed Matiang'i's presidential ambition. They called on Matiang'i to come be their candidate. And that's something I keep on repeating here. So Matiang'i's presidential ambition was not based or birthed on his ethnicity as a Kisii, but Kenyans saw it was worth being voted in as the president. All these other candidates, all these other remaining candidates, their ambitions were birthed in their ethnic cocoons. And I honestly believe that if Kenyans can abandon ethnic votings, maybe we can't be moving in the right direction. But the ethnic votings will just be taking us back. Whether you are singing one term or two terms, hawa ni wale, they can't bring any change. They are the same old faces that have always dominated politics for years. They can't bring any change. They are not inspiring any change, if any. Let me stop it there, ladies and gentlemen. If you are watching us but you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give the video a like. Let's meet in our next analysis. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya.